Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. Hope you're all doing well. My name is Charlotte and I work for Cardiff University's student recruitment team, and I'm normally out and about travelling around the UK, visiting schools and colleges and attending higher education events and speaking to prospective students. But unfortunately, we're not quite able to be doing that at the moment, which is why we have put together this Discover Cardiff series for you. So in today's session, we are going to be looking at taking the next step and the ways in which you will be supported here at university. And just to make you aware, I was actually a student here at Cardiff myself. So I studied business management and marketing and I graduated in 2018. So I will be drawing on some of my own experiences and using some examples where I see relevant. So with that, we'll actually make a start. So first off, we've got a quote from Ellie, who is a Cardiff University graduate. And Ellie says, "Don't be afraid to reach out for help. Uni can get hard. There are stressful moments, sad moments, and homesick moments. However, just because you're away from home, that doesn't mean that there's no help out there. The university hosts a fantastic health and wellbeing department that offers everything from counselling to group therapy, or even just a quick chat. There is never a reason to feel alone, and help is here in abundance, whether that is from university services or from your academic school." And we will be touching on some of the things that Ellie speaks about here a little bit later in the presentation. So first, we're going to have a little look at some of the common fears and misconceptions around going to university. And so I'm just going to bring them up on screen for you now. And then we'll just have a little look through them one by one. So we'll start with this one. I'm not good with new people. I might not make any friends. And from my own experience, I can tell you that is absolutely not true at all. Especially here at Cardiff, we've got over 33,000 students, so you can almost guarantee that you are going to meet at least a few people who you are going to get on with and you are going to be able to make friends with. And there's so many different ways in which you can make friends. Obviously through your lectures, accommodation, clubs and societies. There's so many different opportunities for you to meet people. A lot of people do actually ask me what happens if I don't really like drinking or I don't like going on nights out, will I still meet people? And the answer is yes. As I just mentioned, there are so many different things going on in the day. There's so many different opportunities for you to get involved with, so you don't really need to worry about that. To be honest, most of my friends at uni, I actually met through mutual friends anyway. So no, don't worry at all. You are absolutely guaranteed to make friends. The next one we've got is what happens when I arrive. So when you arrive, you'll get a chance to settle in, explore the city and take part in induction and orientation activities. So you have got time to settle in. It's not like you're just kind of dropped off and told to get on with your studies. You'll also have freshers, which we'll speak about in a little bit. But yeah, you'll have lots of different chances to get familiar with the university, get familiar with the city, and you'll also have a good chance to get to know people as well. Will I have enough money to get by? Yes, so most students who come to university do have a student loan. So your maintenance loan, it will be there for you to support your day-to-day living costs. So things like paying for accommodation, food, drink, transport, and anything like social. You do also have support of the finance team. So we do have a team here to support you if you do need any help financially, whether that's just advice or whether you need some help in financial hardship. And we also have lots of different part-time work opportunities available as well. So we are really lucky that we are based in a city centre. We are a city university. So lots of part-time work opportunities, both through the university and into the city centre. And we do actually have a student job shop here at Cardiff as well. And they are a team who are dedicated to finding you part-time work opportunities that fit in around your studies. So it's normally really flexible work. That might even just be a few hours a week. Is it harder than school? No, in my opinion, definitely not. I personally think that there's a bigger jump from GCSEs to A-levels than there is from A-levels to university. Like it says on screen, it's just a different way of learning. So you will obviously be taught differently to school and you'll be assessed differently to school. And so you do kind of need to adjust the way you might revise and the way you might write essays and the way you might write coursework. So things are just different. I would say the content itself most definitely isn't harder. It's just a different way of learning. Joint honours is double the work. No, it's definitely not. So if you do study to study a joint honours degree, you will still get the same amount of work if you were to study a single honours. The only difference is you're studying two subjects, but your time is split between the two. So you'll still have the exact same amount of work as someone who is studying a single honours. So please don't let that put you off if you are interested in two subjects and you did want to study a joint honours. Moving on then, so we've got before you arrive. So here are just some of the things you can do before you arrive. So one of the things we'd always recommend is joining Facebook groups. This can also help you meet people that you might live with in your accommodation, people on your course, and just mingle with other first year students as well. So this is something that I did before I went to university. So I actually joined a group on Facebook with the name of my accommodation where I was going to be living. And I think I met about 4 out of 5 of my housemates before I actually moved in, which was really nice. It kind of broke the ice a little bit and it gave me a good idea of who I was going to be living with. So if you can do that, I would definitely recommend it. Complete any online pre-arrival courses. So these are just bite-sized modules and they cover a range of different topics involving settling your nerves, living with others communally, looking after your well-being and money matters and so many more. So if you do have the chance to do them, I would recommend it. Finally, we've got plan ahead. So think about your packing list. So number one, if you're not someone that typically makes lists, when it comes to packing for university, I would definitely recommend it. You end up needing to take a lot more than you initially thought. So it's definitely worth making a list of everything you need and all your essentials. You will need to purchase things like bedding, but we have got on there initially hold off communal items. And I'll briefly explain why. This did happen to me when I moved to uni as well. Everybody tends to just go out and buy everything that they need, of course. But the problem is when you come to live communally then, some items that you would typically share, things like frying pans, baking trays, cheese graters, you end up having like 6 of. So maybe hold off buying them initially. If you do manage to speak to some of your housemates on Facebook groups, maybe just try and plan out who's going to bring what, or just hold off buying them until you get to university so you can make a plan from there. We've also got print photos and consider what other homely items you want to take. So some people will obviously be able to travel home from university and some might live a little bit further away than others. So it's definitely a good idea to bring some homely items, things that remind you of home, that bring you comfort, just in case you do have any days where you are having a little bit of a wobble and you do just need some support. Okay, so here we've got just some words that associate with university life. Just to point some out and just to speak on a few of them myself. So independence and freedom. I think that for most young people, university or moving away to university is their first experience of living alone and living independently. It's a really, really big step and it's a really big point in your life as well. If you are really becoming independent and self-sufficient for one of the first times and you are going to learn a lot about yourself. Learning new things, new friends and new cities. So that kind of just sums it up quite well. It's your chance to explore somewhere completely new, try things that you maybe haven't had the opportunity to in the past, and just make lots of new friends. So in terms of studying, and the bottom one there, academic and social opportunities, I personally always like to see uni as 2 separate things. So I always like to view the academic side, which is obviously your studies, and then the social side, which are all the different social opportunities that come along with it. So academic wise, you'll also get lots of opportunities. So things like studying or working or living abroad, different placements, internships, work experience, lots of different things come under that bracket. In terms of social opportunities, again, like there are absolutely loads. Like I mentioned earlier, things like joining clubs and societies, learning new languages. We've got something here at Cardiff called Give It a Go, which means you can visit UK cities and UK coastlines as part of the university. So again, a really, really great way to meet people. So like I said, lots of opportunities for you to get involved with both academically and socially. Settling in. So we've got another quote from Ellie there down in the bottom right-hand corner, which I'll give you a chance to read in a second. In terms of range of university residences, so most universities will have a variety of different accommodation options for you to think about that best suit your preferences and your budget. So just to give you an idea, that'll be things like, are you someone that wants to have an ensuite? Do you want to be part catered for, or do you want to be self-catered? Would you rather live somewhere that is a bit quieter, or are you someone that wants to live somewhere that's very sociable? So we actually have quite a big range of that here at Cardiff, which I will kind of speak about a little bit more later on. Making friends. So like I said, loads of different opportunities for you to make friends. And one of the best ways is through freshers. So freshers normally takes place for 2 weeks in September. It has been slightly longer this year due to COVID. A lot of things were put online, so it was extended a little bit, but normally it is 2 weeks. And there's loads of things going on both in the day and the night for you to take advantage of. So it's a really, really fun 2 weeks that normally everyone likes to get involved with. So we will move on. So now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about arriving at university and our residence life team. So just to briefly explain, our residence life team here at Cardiff are a group of students who are basically just a friendly face, someone that you can come and talk to whilst you're living in university accommodation. So like I'll just speak about now, they run loads of different social events. They're a really good team if you're someone to talk to, maybe if you're having a little bit of a homesick moment, or another great way to meet people really with some of the things that they run. So just as an example, they run global holiday celebrations, including Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Chinese New Year. They also do skills workshops, including how to cook, how to budget your money, and how to live communally, which is a really important part of university, I think. They also offer drop-ins across the halls for peer support, advice, and a friendly cup of tea. So again, like I mentioned, just someone to speak to, a friendly face, if you want some advice or a bit of guidance about, and if you need help settling into university, that type of thing. They also do awareness raising campaigns. They develop halls, communities to represent your student voice. And they also have opportunities for developing your personal passions with practical skills, lessons, and training. And down the right-hand side of the screen, you'll be able to see some of the different social events that they've been running recently. So obviously with the current events as they are, most of these are online at the moment. So you'll be able to see practicing positivity. You've also got a residence life emoji quiz. They've got a cook along, and you can see there an open mic night as well. So all really fun stuff. They run regularly as well, so you can kind of get involved as little or as much as you want to. But yeah, they're definitely someone to look out for if you do end up coming to Cardiff and living in university residences, because I'm sure you will come across them at some point. Okay, so we've got a quote from Phoebe now, who is another Cardiff University graduate. And Phoebe says, join at least one society and try something different. I joined bioscience netball in my first year and made so many friends this way. It kept me busy when I was feeling homesick and was so much fun. This year, I decided to join rowing, which is more out of my comfort zone, but I'm glad I took the leap and I absolutely love it. Cardiff offers loads of give it a go sessions, which allow you to try loads of different sports without having to commit. So like I just mentioned, I did mention that give it a go part not long ago. And what I think is great about what Phoebe's saying here is here at Cardiff, you have a really good opportunity to either carry on an activity that you already do at home. So if you're a keen swimmer back at home, you can come to Cardiff and you can carry that on. But if not, you can choose to do something completely new, completely different. So you get lots of different opportunities, and I will speak about some of the different clubs and societies that we do offer as well. So these are just some of the societies that we have here at Cardiff. So we do have over 200 to choose from. So we have a really big selection. And what's really good is that even if something doesn't exist, you can even start the society yourself. So I will point out just some of my favourites on there. So as you can see, you've got the Wine and Cheese Society, Harry Potter, you've got Louis Theroux, creative writing, Broadway dance, Disney and musical theatre. So yeah, all these really popular different societies. And what you might also spot is that there are also subject-specific societies as well. So you'll be able to see one for social sciences, medics, finance and trading, economics. So there's also a really good opportunity for you to mingle with students in other years who have interest in these different subjects. Okay, so we'll have a little look now at some of our sports clubs as well. So we have over 65 sports clubs for you to choose from, and we've got some of the mainstream kind of sports, so your rugby, football, netball, hockey. But we do also have some very different sports on there as well, if you wanted to give any of these a go at any point. So just to point some out, we've got ultimate frisbee, scuba diving, which I think is really cool. I didn't actually know that existed until recently. Sailing, surfing, volleyball, mountain biking. So some really, really great ones on there. So if you do any of these at home, then of course you can carry them on, but why not try something new as well? Okay, so now we'll talk a little bit about the different ways that you'll be supported academically. So first of all, I've got on there personal tutor. So just to briefly explain, a personal tutor is an academic member of staff who is assigned to you at the start of university, and they're just someone that has regularly checks up on you just to find out how you're doing, if how your progress is going. It's really informal though. You can kind of talk about your academic progress, but if there's anything else that you want to talk about, they are really, really friendly, and they're just someone who's there to offer you a bit of advice about anything really. Next, we've got lecturers and module leaders. And I would say when you go to university, definitely take advantage of this. Don't be afraid to reach out to your lecturers and your module leaders. I know for one, I was always sending them emails, asking questions, asking if we could arrange meetings and things like that. And they are really, really good at getting back to you. I know when I was at uni, they would often even reply late into the evening and even on weekends. So probably in times where they shouldn't be emailing you, but they're just there to support you and they want to see you succeed as a student as well. So they're always really, really helpful if you need any help. So we do offer flexible degree structures. We also offer a student mentor scheme. So that's just someone else who has either in their second or the third year and just can give you a bit of advice as someone in their first year, whether that be about what are the best clubs and societies to join, things like that. There are also lots of opportunities for peer support. So I've got on there online discussion boards. Of course, we have well-equipped facilities and resources here at Cardiff. And the bottom one there stands for the Cardiff Undergraduate Research Opportunity Placements and Research Opportunities. So that's something you could get involved with if you are interested. And we are obviously a Russell Group University here at Cardiff. And we are really well recognised for our research efforts. So we do also run summer placements that are paid. And what's really cool about that is that you also do have the opportunity to be published. So different academics and researchers around the world will be able to read about a piece of research that you've been involved with, which is really amazing. Okay, we're going to watch a short video now just about global opportunities. Okay, we'll just move on to talk about that in a little bit more detail. So global opportunities. We've got a quote there at the top from Lucy, who says, "A year abroad during your studies is a once in a lifetime opportunity," and it's such a great one at that. So a lot of our degrees do come with a year abroad option built into them, but if your course doesn't, or if you've applied to one that doesn't, don't worry, because you will still have lots of opportunities throughout your studies to choose to do one if you wanted to through our Global Opportunities team. So we do offer both European and international exchanges, both with universities and different companies around the world that we have ties with. We also offer internships, study, work and volunteer opportunities as well. So lots for you to get involved with. These can vary in length, but like I said, we've got a dedicated support before and during placements from the Global Opportunities team. Bursaries are often available if you did need any financial help with these. And something to mention as well is Languages for All. So just to briefly explain what that is, Languages for All here at Cardiff means that you can learn a language alongside your studies for free. There's 9 different languages to choose from, and they are completely flexible. They fit in around your degree and around your student timetable. Some of the different things you will be assessed in, and it does actually get featured on your final transcript as well. So it's something that really stands out to different employers when you graduate. So a really great opportunity. And I should mention as well that you can choose to do this either if you already have some experience in a language and you just want to develop that further, or if you're completely new and you want to learn a completely new language from scratch, you can choose to do it from either points as well. So that's really amazing. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit now about our Advice and Money team. So they offer free, impartial, confidential and practical advice on funding and other aspects of your student life, including scholarships and bursaries, personal budgeting, choosing accommodation and dealing with any problems that arise, academic issues such as taking time out or transferring a course, and dedicated support if you've been in care, are estranged from your family, or if you're a student carer, and much more. And I personally do have experience at dealing with this team, and just any of the student support teams in general. I can't really express how helpful they are as a student. What I think is really amazing is that even if you don't know who to turn to, just go to a team and they will make sure that you do get put in touch with the best person to help you. And they are always really, really dedicated to making sure they find a solution for you. I also do have friends that use this team in terms of accommodation as well, and they did have some issues in private accommodation that they were renting out, and the university kind of stepped in and helped them out with that as well and let them know where they stood in the situation. Our health and wellbeing team, so here are just some of the different ways that they support you. So you've got self-help resources, support from a fellow student, you've got workshops, courses and groups, and of course, wellbeing drop-ins and counselling appointments. We've also got a disability and dyslexia team. So they offer confidential advice and guidance to assist you during your studies, and these are just some of the ways in which they do that. So through funding advice for disabled students, study skills and support worker services, screening and assessment for specific learning difficulties, and help with requesting and making reasonable adjustments. So I don't have any experience with this team personally myself, but someone I was close to at university did rather. And they actually only found out at university that they were dyslexic. So the test that they did was actually provided by the university. They then had support after that, one-on-one support and helping them understand what that actually means. And they also were assisted in the way that the university made sure they had access to resources such as a laptop and a recording device which helped them during lectures. And they also had adjustments made to the way in which they did exams. So they did have some extra time and things like that. So they had a really, really good experience with this team. And I can vouch that they offered a lot of different help and support throughout. Okay, so we've got skills development service. And they provide a range of training courses, sessions designed to build confidence, improve transferable skills and increase employability. So they develop your skills and attributes. You can attend training, which employers really value before you can become employed. There's also a choice of university and externally certified courses. Again, it's another really great way to meet new friends and help you stand out from the crowd. You also have your certification appear on your graduation transcript as well. So we're just going to watch another short video now about the careers and employability team here at Cardiff. I'll just play that for you now. Okay, fab. And just to kind of echo some of the points that they did make in that film, I did work with the careers and employability team whilst I was in university, and there are so many different ways that they can help support you. So in terms of helping you write a CV, helping you write cover letters, they do networking events, which is a great way to meet different employers. And they can also do mock interviews and things like that with you as well. And it's something that I would definitely say, don't just think it's something that you should use in your third or your final year of university. It's something you should probably think about getting involved with from your first year. It's just a great way to improve your employability as well. So yeah, I really recommend, don't just think, oh, I don't need to worry about this until I'm like looking to graduate. Why not just start in your first year? There are so many different ways in which this team can help you. Diversity. So here at Cardiff, we have 33,190 students enrolled, representing over 130 countries around the world. So we are a very international university, something we are really, really proud of. We're also a Stonewall diversity champion. Our students' union rather, is home to the Cardiff University Pride, which is the LGBT plus society. So they often host different events, different nights throughout the week. We also have the LGBT plus association, who are there to help raise awareness, and they also lobby for policy changes, which is really important as well. Go Global. So this is an annual celebration of the culture and diversity found in the Student Union Guild of Societies as well. We'll talk a little bit now about the location. So as I mentioned earlier, we are a city university here at Cardiff. So we are really lucky that we have Cardiff City Centre right on our doorstep. So just to briefly explain as well, so you'll see the square in the middle of the screen. This is actually our Cathays Park campus. And at the top there, we've got the Heath Park campus. So like I mentioned, we are a city university, but we are made up of two large campuses. So the Heath Park at the top of the screen here, this is actually where the University Hospital of Wales is based. So if you study anything like medicine, dentistry, or any other healthcare related subjects, you are most likely going to be based on the Heath Park campus up here. But for all other subjects, you will most probably be based on our Cathays Park campus. So it's a 15-minute walk from Talabont to our Cathays Park campus. So just to explain, Talabont is our biggest student accommodation complex. So that is the group of blue buildings just up the road from our Cathays campus. So like I said, it's a 15-minute walk from Talabont down to our Cathays Park campus. And there are also different accommodation options available. Some are close to the city centre, so it really does depend whether you want to be close to your lectures, close to facilities like the libraries, or close to the city centre. So you've got a lot of different options like I spoke about earlier. There are regular buses that do run from the Heath Park campus through the Cathays campus and into the city centre. Public transport in Cardiff in general is actually really good. Buses run really regularly throughout the city, but we do also have 3 different train stations in the city as well, which is really good, one of which is actually based in the heart of our Cathays campus. So if you look on the map, you might be able to see the small little train station symbol there. Our Students' Union is centrally located in our Cathays campus. Our Students' Union is actually ranked 3rd best in the UK, and I can really vouch for that. I've got friends who went to Manchester, Bristol, Swansea, and every time they would come down, they would always just rave about how amazing our Students' Union is. So it is a really good Students' Union. But that is based right next to the train station, actually, which is really useful as well. And we do also have something that was called the Safe Taxi Scheme. So just to briefly explain what that is, this is made available for 24 hours a day, and it basically just makes sure that students can get home safely. If you don't have any money for a taxi, you can kind of show your student card, and the taxi driver will give you a receipt, and then you can just go and pay for your fare the next day, which is really useful for if you are on a night out, you're by yourself, you shouldn't be walking home alone, so you can just grab a taxi, and if you don't have the money to pay for it, you can pay for it the next day, which is really amazing. Another quote from Ellie now. So in this one, she says, "Everyone is in this new experience together, and there is honestly nothing to be worried about. You'll find that most people get anxious from time to time, and that is okay. It's completely normal to feel nervous before making this huge step in your life, but don't overthink it. That worry you have about not making any friends, you'll soon learn is absolute nonsense, and university is likely to be one of the best times of your life." And kind of just echoing what I said earlier about not making any friends, Ellie kind of sums it up perfectly. So these are just some of the ways in which you can meet and speak to our students here at Cardiff. So we do actually have a chat facility available on our website, on our course finder. And on there, you'll find lots of different students. You'll be able to see what they study, where they come from, and a little bit about them. So please feel free to pop up and have a little chat with them at any point, whether that's about the course that they're studying or about the university in general. And we do also have some student bloggers here at Cardiff as well, and that is the second link on screen you'll be able to see. And so some of our bloggers will just talk about their experience on the course that they're studying, but there's lots of other things on there as well. Just an example of that is some people will even post about some of the best places to visit when you're in Cardiff. So definitely check that out as well. And that wraps up the presentation side of things. Please do let us know if you have any questions. The undergraduate recruitment team are available every Wednesday between 4 and 6 p.m. On our website. If you do have any questions at all, then please don't hesitate to get in touch. But I hope you found this session useful, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.